Hi guys, how are you? Mine this one titanium. Welcome back to Investing MMT IMMT. Let's talk a little bit about trade wars, okay? But before I do that, I want to have some fun, okay? And if you look at this little article here, I posted it on my Twitter account. Natasha Kelton, calls it junk economic. The economy's junk. We need a job guarantee. Wages are fucked up. All this fear mongering bullshit. Okay. Uh, what's the economy doing? Well, these Q2 GDP second estimate, real GDP at 4.2%. Huh? What do you think about that? PhD, academic. Her job is to know these things. Junk economy. Oh, Jesus. And this is the stock market. All-time highs, kicking ass, earnings growing, profit, revenue, you name it. All-time highs. And before you start to um, embarrass yourself by saying that, well, the stock market is different than the economy, right? God, I hear that so much, and it's just so wrong. Well, here's a chart of U.S. real GDP versus the S&P 500 total returns from 1930 to 2017. Okay, so don't tell me that, well, the stock market is something else. All right, don't embarrass yourself. You don't know what you're talking about. Gambling. It's stocks are gambling. No, they're not. Not if you understand what you're doing. If you're a loser and you don't understand what you're doing, then to you, of course, it's gambling. It's like getting in an airplane, like, and start flying and killing yourself and saying, well, the airplane was fucked up. No, you don't know how to fly. Okay. So for all those people out there that were telling me about QE's money printing and unwinding is going to be a problem, higher interest rates are going to be a problem, TARP is a problem, everything is a problem, the economy is junk, fake government data, and all that stuff. Okay, and you guys know me. I've been mining this one for 10 years now, and you've seen my old YouTube channel, right? Bullshit, 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 and even till today, I'm telling you it's bullshit. The stock market is going crazy. The economy is doing great. Okay, and now you have trade wars, and guess what? Everybody's excited about trade wars. Everybody's thinking, oh, why is the market going up? We have trade wars, man. So I'm going to explain that portion now. And don't forget this. Stephanie Kelton called it a junk economy. Okay? Remember that. Fake MMTer. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. The first thing you need to understand is that the global GDP forecasted for this year was $87 trillion. Last year was 79. Okay. Now, I want you to think about this very clearly. Do you think a few $1 billion of a few countries taxing each other is going to make a difference to 87 trillion GDP economy, global economy? Okay, it's not. It's not a big deal. Okay, and I want you to remember that. So next time you see it on TV and everybody's crying and clickbait and all this nonsense, and you're wondering why is the stock market going straight up, I want you to think about that. Okay, it's just hogwash. The other thing I say very often, along with my friend Edward, is that some of you people really need to go get a passport and start traveling the world. Okay? You really need to do that because you really don't understand what's going on when you're complaining about the US. You have no clue. Um, so, this is Jebel Ali Free Zone in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. Okay, next to Dubai, you can see Dubai in the distance. Okay. If China wants soybeans from the US, all they have to do is come to the Jebel Ali Free Zone, pay a broker a certain fee, and then they can ship the soybeans from Jebel Ali to China. Okay? It's that simple. It's that simple. If you want to bypass these tariffs, that's all you got to do. There are free zones all over the world. Okay? all of this stuff is political nonsense. Anybody remember Italian exit? Right, couple months ago, everybody was freaking out about Italian exit. What happened to that? I came, I posted on IMMT. I said, yeah, well, I survived the Italian exit. And here it is. Back on June 1st, I said, survived the Italian exit. Again, I was making fun of it because I understand macroeconomics, and the media likes to sensationalize things, and it's you got to know if you're going to learn how to really invest and become a trader and really understand pure MMT and not this garbage MMT, then you need to come down to patreon.com/mind this one, and I will teach you pure MMT. Alternatively, you can listen to the fake MMTers who are always fear-mongering everybody. Okay, how bad the economy is, how everybody's starving in the streets, and everything is a lie, and everything is bullshit, and it's junk economics, and whatever nonsense they talk about. You can listen to them with their little PhDs, okay, or you can come down to Patreon /mind this one and come and join us and learn real economics. So, that's enough about that. So let me just kind of recap what I've been doing the last few days, and it's been talking about how the markets are going higher. As I told you in previous videos, this was a bullish setup. This was building up to explode to the upside. That's exactly what happened. The dollar index is hanging in there. We were expecting one more up, and we're still expecting one more up at some point. When it breaks the top, it usually breaks the bottom, so we could have a little bit more downside, but we're going to look for that move up eventually. Oil is another one I've been talking about, that it's going to go higher. That's exactly what it did. Thrust up move, consolidated, and punched through today. Okay, so it's breaking out of this structure here. Okay, pushing up higher. Taking a look at the Euro US dollar. What we did today is actually flip based on one of the instructor's recommendation, and this can really go either way because the dollar still, it hasn't made that hook. So if it didn't do the hook, then what we're expecting is a little bit more upside here, okay? Because it's holding into this channel, so we think it might have a little bit more upside in the Euro USD. It can really go either way, but either we'll make a little bit of money or we'll lose a little bit of money. This is just a trade. And lastly, with my friends of the Bitcoin thrust down, we are seeing this erection. It's going up. I think this is going to result to the downside. Eventually, it's at 7,031. And that's about it. Thank you very much. I hope I explained this trade war stuff. Again, remember, it's only a few hundred billion on a 87 trillion global economy. It's really not a big factor. Okay, is there going to be some volatility in certain commodities as a result, and where they get hit? Sure, traders are going to react to it, but that doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. Okay, it doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. And I'll show you why it doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot, because everybody's talking about soybeans and all this nonsense. Look at this. Look at this drop. This has been collapsing since 2008. Okay? Straight down. And now suddenly there's trade wars and this little piece happens and everybody's freaking out. Well, what about all this? What about all this? No one was freaking out about this. Right? Now they're worried about this little piece. I mean, come on. Give me a break. Boeing was another one that was mentioned. That China is going to do trade wars with 737, buying Boeing airplanes for China. They were going to tax themselves because China is the one that's actually subsidizing the airlines, most of the airlines that are buying the Boeing airplanes. So what are they going to do? China's going to what? Tax itself? I mean, it's so stupid. I sit here like, this is dumb. But anyway, look at Boeing. And zero fucks given. No one cared. No one cared that China is going to impose tax on Boeing aircraft. I mean, come on. All right, that's it, guys. I won't rant anymore. Thank you very much. I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions, please posted below. I am answering a question that somebody had posted a while back. What about trade wars? Okay, so this is the answer. Thank you very much. Don't forget, if you guys really want to learn real pure MMT and macroeconomics and how to apply that into the real world and invest with this information, come down to patreon.com/mindthisone and I can teach you how to do it. I have a more in-depth version on Patreon if that's something that you are interested in. Okay, so come on down and I will be more than happy to teach you. Now, the service now is going to go to $20. We're going to fill up the $20, and then after that, the subscription is going to go up to $150 per month because at this point, it's been a couple of years now that I've been doing this. It's time for me to, start protecting my intellectual property. I have proven over and over and over and over again how effective my method is. Okay, you've seen it on my IMMT page. Okay, you've seen me over the years on my YouTube channel. You've seen it with Bitcoin at the top. You've seen it with Bitcoin at the bottom. And not that Bitcoin has anything to do with MMT, but it does have to do with bare knuckle charting, which is what I teach. Okay, so it's time to really protect my intellectual property, because I know there's a lot of guys that were coming into my little $5 per month subscription that were taking my information and charging a lot more money for it, and that's just not cool, right? So anyway, thank you again. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.